All right, everyone. My name is Chinyere, and my channel's name is Chi Space. You are most welcome to this section today with a special guest from Poland. Yes, if you have been, wanting to study something like nursing overseas, and you are in any of the countries in Africa, and you are concerned about finance and all what may, today is the day you may want to make a choice of going to somewhere like Poland for your nursing career. So today with me, I have Julia Ezeji. She's also a YouTuber. Please, after this, go to her channel, subscribe to her channel, drop your questions for her, and she would happily respond to all your questions. Meanwhile, can we have you introduce yourself, please?
Hi everyone, my name is Julia Ezeji, a Nigerian nursing student in Poland and also a YouTuber. Thank you for
All
having
right.
me.
All right, you are most welcome, Julia. So today, I understand that you've been in Poland for the past 2 or 3 years, isn't it?
Um, let's say 2 years.
2 years. All right,
Not up
that's
to 2 years.
fantastic. Yeah, can we really understand why you choose to go to Poland to study nursing rather than coming to the Western world like the UK, Australia, Canada, and all them, Western world?
Basically, the cost way more cheaper studying here in Poland compared to Canada, US, and UK.
Can you give us an idea of what it costs to study nursing? I mean, the tuition fee, how much does it cost? And the duration of studying nursing in Poland. Like in the UK, is a 3 years program. Yeah. But those coming in with those who already have degree, they can start from second year. That's nursing with pre-registration. So they do it for a period of 2 years. But for a fresh student interested in doing nursing, the person basically has to do it for a period of 3 years. So can we know the duration of studying nursing in Poland and the cost of tuition fee, please?
Okay, I'll start with the cost. The cost studying nursing in Poland is relatively cheap compared to other parts of Europe. It's 4,000 euro per year. Yeah, for my university. I don't know about other university. Other university may get it cheaper, may get it more expensive. But for my uni is 4,000 euro per year, and there is no installment payment. For my university, your first year you don't pay installment. So they always want you to pay your first the whole 1 year. Then subsequently, when you're in the second year, you can pay each semester. But for some other university, they encourage the applicants to pay first semester. And but sometimes the advisors can tell you, okay, for the embassy sake, it's always advisable to pay for 1 year because most times embassy round at students that pays for 6 months, which is a semester tuition fee. Then this brings me to the duration. So the duration, my uni is for sixth semester, which is 3 years. But some
3 years.
university, yes, for some university is 7 semester, but that's about few universities. Why? Because they tend to spread out the syllabus, the courses you are supposed to offer each semester. But for my uni, I think the first year they really rushed us. We did everything at once. Then the
Okay.
second year that's slowing down a bit.
Okay, this is really nice. So, how about the requirements for studying nursing in Poland, especially you being an adult student? Because I can understand that you already have a degree or you already had a degree in Nigeria, isn't it, before you move over to Poland for this program. So, what are the requirements for you and as an adult student and for someone who is starting, who hasn't been to the university for the first time? What are the requirements?
The requirement is not so tasking compared to some countries. Um, you are not required to have all science subjects, even if you have only physics is acceptable. If you don't have chemistry, it's acceptable, but you must have biology. And even if you're in arts,
That's the
definitely if
basic.
you're in arts, definitely you must offer biology. Even those in arts, science, social science, you must offer biology. So that biology is very important. And remember, when you're going for your masters, you definitely need all those science subjects. So you need to try to get those, except you don't want to go for masters. And you need O level. That's the basic requirement, O level. But if you're adult student, just like me, that already, like if you're above 26, they would require you to present something like O level, OND or HND or BSc, whatever just to prove that for
Okay.
the gap in the, your education gap, because
Okay,
definitely your
they
O
want
level,
to know what you've been doing,
what you've
you
been
know.
doing for the period, for the gap, for the period of gap you had. Like, if
Okay.
you are above 26, if you are 30 something, definitely you've done your O level like 10 years ago, some 12 years ago. So you need to show for what you've been doing within those periods. So, and even
Do
if
they
there's some
require
adults,
something like first class, second class? Assuming you did HND,
no,
OND, do they require upper credits? Even if you have lower credits, you can come in.
yes, you can come in. They are not admitting you because of your BSc, HND, or OND. They are admitting you because of your O level. Your O level should not be less than, depending on the university. So university will say, okay, they don't accept C5 and C6. Some university will tell you the minimum is C5. You understand what I mean by C5? I don't know about other African countries how they grade their O level. So but as long as you have my uni, if you have C6, it's okay. As long as you have biology and one science subject, other science subject, you are good to go. But if you're adults, they want to see your O level, even if it's third class you have, just to show them that this is what you've been doing ever since you finished your O level. That's your
Oh,
HND.
that's fair enough. In this very country, in the UK, nurses are expected to do 2,500 placements for them to be awarded a certificate, or for the NHC wards to grant them the PIN, the nursing pin to practice. I don't know if you do placements over there in Poland.
Yes, we do placement here in Poland. Like our first semester, there's no placement first semester. So placement starts second semester. And the second semester is not really like too often. It may be once in a month or once in 2 months. But each section you are allowed to do, each day you're allowed to go for 8 hours. So in a month, if you have placement in a month, it's definitely going to be 1 week. It can be once in 2 months, it can be 2 weeks, but each day must be 8 hours. Then when you progress to like your third semester, that's when you start having more placement, but 8 hours per day.
Now, there is this vital question everyone would be itching to ask you. Being that you are an international student from Nigeria, and we all know that in Poland, their major means of communication is Polish, which is their language.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
everyone, including myself, would love to know how they teach international students. Do they teach in English, or do you have to learn Polish language?
Okay, they don't teach us in Polish. Why? Because this is most of the university are private. Then some may go, majority of the Africans coming to study here in Poland, they go
Oh,
for English speaking
interesting.
course. Yes, they go for English. About 99% go for English speaking courses. So which the universities, they charge you for that is not free. So if you want to study for free, definitely it's going to be in Polish. You need to study Polish for 1 year in Poland, then before you start continue your main course. That is for
Hmm.
free, and that's the government that offers that. But if you cannot do that, you come for the one. But that previous one I mentioned is very competitive, so it's very difficult to get that. So
Oh,
basically, majority of these African students or whatever, either Arab or China, they are studying in English. As in the uni, teach them in English, and the courses are in English. But we also offer Polish course as a separate course on its own, more like a borrowed course, what we call it in Nigeria, like GNS, something
okay,
like
the
that.
GNS,
So they'll teach
General.
you to
Okay.
A2. They'll teach you A2. For my uni, they'll teach you to A2 for free. Is it up to A2? We are still in A1. I'm in my going to be in my fourth semester. So I feel like we are still in A1. So I'm going to choose some medical terms so that when you get and go to hospital for placement, you'll be able to know some basic things that more like the
Okay,
basic
that's
things.
necessary. Yes,
Yes,
it's
very basic.
absolutely necessary. All right. Can I also ask this very question? Since you are studying in Poland, I mean, does it mean that you are going to be practicing nursing over there in Poland, or will you be able to take your certificate, by the end of your program to go practice in a different countries such as the UK, Australia, name all the Western countries, or must it be in Poland, please?
Okay, you must not practice in Poland. In short, 95% of the international students that came here to study nursing, they don't practice in Poland. Yes, so I have a full video on that in my channel. So I'm going to let you still know details, a little bit of it here, so that I don't want this video to be so lengthy. So now, how it goes is this. If you can study Polish to B1, fine. You can get your PIN here and get registered as a nurse here. If you are young, if you are 18 or you are good in learning language, you can do this. But though Polish is one of the most difficult language in the world. So most people don't
scare us away.
Learning it. Most
Don't
people don't
scare us
stress
away.
themselves.
You can learn anything, hence you set your mind on it.
Yeah, if you set your mind on it, you can learn it, you can do it. There's some Africans actually doing it. So that is for you if you want to study, if you want to practice here after you study. But if you feel like, okay, this language, I don't really like it, or maybe the payment here in Poland is not really promising, and you want to go to other country as not yet registered and as a new graduate without experience, it is doable. There are so many European countries that are ready to employ you. So many agencies coming to my university.
Amazing.
I don't know about
That
other
sounds very
universities
interesting.
employing nurses. And let me use one of the country as example, like UK. UK is not only the country where you can work as not experienced. There are about 8 or 10 of other countries, which I mentioned in my video, one of my videos that is coming up very soon. So I'll give UK as an example. So working as a UK, one of the agency, after you have to get your IELTS. You all know that IELTS, you need to score up to band 7. I think 6.5 in writing and 7 in other listening and the rest. So as soon as you get your IELTS, then you sign your contract with this agency. That will be in your, let's say, your 5th and 6th semester. Then after you sign your contract, then everything, you start the process. So it's very, very easy. So you can work
That's
as
really good.
a new graduate without experience in other countries. But for that of Germany, you all know you need to know the language to be one. So details of it in my channel.
Please do not forget to visit her channel, for more details. Yes, can I also ask if you would, generally, can you advise anyone to come over there to study nursing? From your experience, how is the environment, the society, and the friendly, the people over there, racism and all them stuff? What can you say?
And Poland is way more better compared to how it was 10 years ago. So talking about racism and the rest is everywhere, even your own home country.
Tribalism exists in Nigeria.
Tribalism and the rest. So we in Africa we call it tribalism, but actually in the Western world they call it being racist.
Yeah,
racism
because
and the rest. So what matters is how you are able to mind your business and don't let what others do to you affect you. But actually, since I've been here, I've not experienced anything about racism and the rest. So because I mind my business, I always like my space. I go to my school and do other things. So you understand. So studying in Poland, I would advise, if you cannot afford studying in UK, if you cannot afford studying in other Western country, coming to Poland is your best choice, and you will not regret doing it, because actually they teach very well and you can work anywhere in the world as long as you can defend your certificates. Because there's one thing studying, there's another thing defending.
Yes. Talking about defending your certificate, are you trying to say plagiarism, something like expo, in a layman's sense? Does it exist there?
Not that. What I mean,
because I know nothing is more of practical, Yeah.
It's more of practical. There's something about being able to defend your certificate. Like there are some people when during the period of studying, they are very good and everything. So immediately after graduation, there's a space, there's a few months where you start looking for a job within the space, like UK now. If you want to work in UK, within 4 months, you'll be able to work in UK. So some people within that 4 months will be doing other things and they forget their practical session, because everything is practical, the OSCE and the rest. So they forget to be keeping themselves updated and they get carried away by other activity. So
anyway,
that is what I mean by being
it's so nice having you. Yeah, it's so nice having you on today, Julia. I sincerely appreciate your time. and the details you shared with us here. Yes, I hope you find this video very interesting and helpful. Please do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Yes, and turn on the bell on for her so that you keep getting notified each time she put up a video. Feel free to ask her your questions. Once again, thank you so much for being here, Julie.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll do this again. Bye for now.
Bye.